Hello and welcome to Natilik Live. My name is Rory Tempest and I'm here today to host a session all around the world of international SIP and how we deliver SIP trunking globally. And I'm delighted to say I'm joined today by our Connectivity Director, Andy Webb, to talk just about that. So Andy, welcome to Natilik Live.
Hi Rory.
So I guess we're going to talk around, we're talking around SIP trunking, but we're talking around that internationally. And I think the first observation I'd like to sort of get my head around is what's going on in an international market from a SIP perspective?
Okay, well, it's interesting. Obviously, we've been looking at UK trunking for a number of years now, and it's perhaps comes as no surprise that the UK market mirrors the international market in that customers are still looking for price compared to ISDN. They're looking for the flexibility that it offers, also disaster recovery. So all the things that we'd associate with the market in the UK are completely true of what's going on elsewhere. The other thing also to be mindful of is that much like the UK, where BT have announced that ISDN is going to be turned off in 2025, actually a lot of other countries are following suit. In fact, some of them are actually sooner than that. Take Germany, for example, that Deutsche Telekom are looking to turn off their ISDN services in 2018 or 2019. Wow. So it's a really important time for our clients to be looking at what they're doing from an international perspective.
And I guess, like you've mentioned, our heritage delivering those SIP trunks here in the UK. That's domestically. What are the challenges delivering SIP globally for clients?
Well, I think that the challenge that a lot of people have is reach. So what we're finding is a lot of the major carriers probably surprisingly don't have the ability to get into all that many countries. So that's whether that there's regulation challenges or they've just not established the partnerships with the local telcos in country. So what we've spent a lot of time doing is trying to find the right partners that can actually get our clients into as many countries as they can, because clearly the objective is to try and consolidate where possible. So we've very carefully identified and sort of cherry picked and selected partners that really give us a great stretch into major financial and major kind of business areas across the world.
Fantastic. And in terms of what are the audience today, or what should they be considering when they're looking at something like international SIP? Well,
I think sort of going back to what we just said, really, it's what countries you're in and how far can you get into. What's the reach of the partner that you're looking to work with. The challenge, I think, out beyond that is how do you kind of want to deploy that. So you've got the options of, do you completely consolidate all of your global SIP into one place, or do you regionalise that, or do you mirror what you're doing from an ISDN at a local level? I think what we're tending to see is clients are tending to gravitate more to that regional basis, so perhaps breakouts in a continent basis, so Americas, Europe, Asia, those kinds of things seem to be resonating quite a lot. But we're in a great position to help clients across that spectrum, because we can deliver all of those examples that I've just provided to you.
Fantastic. And I guess you've done a lot of work in building that proposition, working with those partners, both domestically and internationally. How best is our proposition? How can we help as Natilik?
Sure. So I think probably the starting point for a lot of the discussions we're having now tends to be really doing some kind of analysis of what clients already have, and that typically is done through an audit. So what we'll do quite a lot of is really kind of gather a lot of intelligence, which tends to be bills, and we'll work through that with our clients just to kind of analyse exactly what they've got, to understand their voice environment, and see how we can perhaps fit a solution that ticks as many boxes as they're looking for.
Fantastic. And as Andy's mentioned, those audit pieces, it's something certainly we're finding with a lot of clients. We're finding some very surprising savings internationally, more so than we've ever seen domestically here in the UK. So well worth consideration of that. And keep an eye out at the end of this stream for a link that will come up in order for you to register you're interested in, and Andy and his team coming to perform one of those audit surveys for you. But I think, Andy, it's definitely a complex world. There's some challenges in delivering that, but I think in terms of the proposition set that you've got for our audience out there today, it's well worth a further discussion, I'm sure. And it's a delight to have you on Natilik Live, and I hope we'll have you back at some point soon. And equally, look forward to welcoming you back to one of these live streams in the near future. Thank you.